he left nothing at all behind him, because it was so cold that he couldn't do any work out of doors. There was even some snow on the ground and icicles on the shed. But the flower pots were there as usual. 2 little ones, 2 middle-sized ones, and 2 great big ones. And there were even icicles hanging from the little weed. But she didn't mind at all. When she shook her head, they made the prettiest sound. The little weed looked all about her, and when she saw that everything was quiet, she knocked gently on the big flower pots. But the little flower pot men didn't want to come out of their warm beds, and they only just popped up and popped down again as fast as they could. Then the little weed knocked again. What she meant was, come out at once, you lazy little things. It's a bright sunny morning, and everything's sparkling like real diamonds. But still the little flower pot men didn't want to get up, and they popped out, one after the other, to say that it was much too cold.
Oh, doddle, waddle, goddle, doddle. Oh, sheep up, sheep up, sheep up, oh. Oh, shub up, shub up, shub up, oh.
And they went on like this for quite a long time.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
They were just going to put themselves to bed again when they saw old Slowcoach.
Oh, slag-a-lag, moo. Slag-a-lag, moo.
He walked straight past them, nodding his old head. But he didn't stop. He went right into the shed. Well, thought the 2 flower pot men, wherever has he gone?
Oh, where'll he glop? Oh, where'll he glop? Oh.
Then the little weed whispered to them. And what she said was, if you go into the shed, through the hole in the back, you will see something very pretty.
Oh, sorry, pleep-hop. Oh, sorry, waddle, pleep-hop. Oh.
So they scrambled out of their flower pots and went into the shed. And they crawled through the hole in the back and came out into the wood. At first they didn't notice anything different, but when they looked again, they saw that there were icicles hanging from the branches.
Oh. Oh.
There were big icicles.
Oh, bleep, icko-kicko. Bleep, wop.
And little icicles.
Bleep, pop, icko-kicko. Ip, pop.
And middle-sized ones.
Metal settle, icko-kicko. Oh, metal settle. Oh.
They shone and sparkled in the sun, and while they were looking at them, in came old Slowcoach. He had found a part of the ground which was frozen because there'd been a puddle in it, and he just sat on the ice and slid up and down as fast as fast. And before the flower pot man could say anything, he disappeared. Then Bill and Ben thought they'd try sliding on the ice too.
Lip, trap, slip up or lick. Club up.
But it wasn't as easy as it looked, and down they fell.
Ow! Oh! Oh, cuddle, oh! Oh, ship up, oh!
Their feet slid away, and their hands slid away, and they fell over every time they tried to stand up. and they got very cold sitting on the ice.
Cuddle. Oh, toddle bottle cuddle. Oh, toddle bottle cuddle. Oh.
But they went on trying, and at last they found out how to slide properly. And they went up and down so well that it really looked as if they were skating. After a time, old Slowcoach came back and wanted to slide some more.
Ooh.
So one of the flower pot men jumped on his back.
Hurry up.
And away they went as fast as fast. The other one went on sliding.
Oh,
What a big icicle.
Ik cuddle. Ik fliep op. Oh.
It was very cold and very slippery. But he thought it would be fun to try and climb right up to the top.
Toddle. Glop. Toddle to the toddle.
And when the other flower pot man came back, he couldn't think where he'd gone.
Oh, flopper pop mop. Oh, babu. Oh, hot a bip. Oh, babu. Oh.
He'd been playing with icicles too. He'd broken one off and was carrying it in his hand. And he went over to where there were some beautiful icicles hanging and touched them. Then he played a little tune. And he forgot all about the other flower pot men, when suddenly down he came.
Oh, what a little club flop.
And look, he was covered with icicles.
Klabberbick, icko. Hicko.
And the other flower pot man began to play a tune on his friend. But now, see what happened. The ice began to melt in the warm sunshine, and everything began to drip.
Oh, no. It'll toddle flip. Toddle flip. Oh.
Bill and Ben were getting very wet.
Oh, bip-bip-bip-bop. Bip-bop.
So they ran into the shed and wrapped themselves up in 2 old pieces of sacking. It was Bill. They were still wearing their sacks because although they were quite dry, they liked them so much they wouldn't take them off. But because they were still rather cold, they began to dance about to get warm. Now they were much warmer, and they danced all over the garden. They would have gone on playing, but they heard the little weed calling. She was telling them that the man who worked in the garden had finished his dinner and was coming down the garden path. They went back in such a hurry, one didn't look where he was going, and he jumped into the wrong flower pot. And although they both tried to settle down, there really wasn't room for the two of them. And he had to come out and get into his own flower pot after all. They still had their sacks on, and I expect they tucked themselves up in them to keep warm. They said goodbye to each other. Then they said goodbye to the little weed. The little weed stayed behind the flower pots and went fast asleep. And there they all were, lying quietly in the sunshine. But the man who worked in the garden didn't know that anything had happened at all. Nobody knew about the flower pot men. Only you saw them playing.